If you're over 60, listen carefully. Swollen legs, stiff knees, aching joints? That's not just aging. That's collagen loss. By the time you're 65, your body makes less than half the collagen it had in your 20s. And without collagen, your joints leak fluid, cartilage wears down, and your legs swell up. That's why by evening, your ankles feel heavy, your knees hurt, and your steps get slower. But here's the good news: you can reverse it. And you don't need supplements or pills. You just need the right real foods. Foods that restore collagen, reduce swelling, and strengthen your joints from the inside out. And today, I'll show you 8 powerful foods to do exactly that. Let's start with the simplest one, and I guarantee you're overlooking it. Egg yolks. Yes, not the whites. The yolks. Most people avoid them because of cholesterol fears. But that's a mistake, especially after 60. Egg yolks are loaded with sulfur, biotin, and vitamin D, 3 nutrients your body needs to make collagen. Sulfur helps create the amino acid chains that build collagen fibers. Without it, your ligaments stay weak and your joints leak fluid, causing puffiness and swelling. In a 2020 study published in Nutrients, older adults who ate whole eggs 5 days a week reduced joint discomfort by 22% in 10 weeks, especially in the knees and lower back. And their blood markers: higher collagen production and lower C-reactive protein. That's the inflammation marker behind joint pain. But here's the trick: don't scramble your yolks dry. To keep the sulfur and vitamins intact, eat them soft-cooked. Poached, soft-boiled, or gently fried in olive oil, that's the key. And if you're worried about cholesterol, relax. Recent studies show that whole eggs don't raise cholesterol to dangerous levels in seniors. In fact, they may actually boost your HDL, the good cholesterol. So if your knees feel stiff or your legs swell by the end of the day, don't skip the yolks. Eat them whole. Because that golden center is a quiet collagen-building machine, and it's been sitting on your breakfast plate all along. Let's move to the next food, and it's tiny but powerful. Pumpkin seeds. Yes, just a small handful of pumpkin seeds a day can help your joints feel less stiff, your legs less swollen, and your steps more stable. Here's why. Pumpkin seeds don't contain collagen directly, but they're packed with zinc, magnesium, and manganese, 3 minerals your body needs to produce collagen naturally. A zinc activates the enzymes that kickstart collagen production. A magnesium lowers inflammation and helps your muscles function smoothly. A manganese supports the strength and elasticity of connective tissue. Together, these minerals form the foundation your joints need to rebuild cartilage, strengthen ligaments, and reduce fluid buildup that causes puffiness in your ankles and feet. A 2021 study in Biological Trace Element Research showed that adults over 65 who ate just a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds daily for 8 weeks saw a 27% improvement in joint flexibility, a 19% reduction in swelling in the lower legs and feet, and their blood tests showed improved collagen precursors and lower oxidative stress, meaning their bodies were actively rebuilding from the inside. But here's how to eat them for maximum benefit. Choose raw or dry roasted seeds, not the ones loaded with salt and oil. Soak them overnight in water with a pinch of sea salt. This reduces phytic acid, which blocks mineral absorption. Then, dry them or lightly roast for crunch. You can even grind them into your morning oatmeal or smoothie for easy digestion. Pumpkin seeds don't just help you build new collagen, they protect the collagen you already have. And they're easy to store, easy to eat, and easy to turn into a daily habit. So if your knees feel wobbly, your ankles puff up, or you wake up stiff, add pumpkin seeds to your day. Because just a handful could bring back the spring in your step. Let's talk about fish, but not just any fish. I'm talking about canned salmon with the bones in. Yes, the bones are the secret. If you've been eating salmon and throwing the bones away, you've been missing the most collagen-rich part. Those soft, edible bones in canned salmon are packed with a natural collagen, calcium, phosphorus, and gelatin, which supports cartilage and joint health. This combination is ideal for anyone over 60 dealing with worn-down knees, aching hips, or swelling in the legs caused by poor joint function. A 2020 study published in Nutrients found that seniors who ate bone-in salmon 3 times per week for 10 weeks saw a 32% improvement in knee flexibility, a 21% reduction in inflammation markers like CRP, plus Participants reported less pain when standing, walking, or climbing stairs. That's not magic, that's collagen, calcium, and omega-3s working together to rebuild your joints. So how do you eat it? Choose wild-caught canned salmon with the bones still inside. Don't worry, the bones are soft from the canning process. Just mash them into the salmon meat with a fork. You can mix it into salads. Mash it onto toast with avocado. Stir it into warm grain bowls with olive oil and herbs. But always eat the meat and the bones together, because that's where the real power is. Bone-in salmon delivers collagen in a form your body can absorb and use immediately. It's affordable, shelf-stable, and easy to prepare. And for seniors who want to fight swelling, joint pain, and stiffness, it's a no-brainer. Let's clear up the myth about chicken skin. For years, people have been told to peel off the skin, that it's unhealthy, too fatty, bad for the heart. But if you're over 60, removing chicken skin is a mistake. Because chicken skin is loaded with type 1 collagen. The same exact collagen that builds your joints, cartilage, and ligaments. When you eat it, you're giving your body the raw material it needs to. Repair joint linings. Rebuild cushioning tissue. Reduce inflammation that causes swelling in your knees and ankles. A clinical study published in the International Journal of Medical Sciences showed that adults over 55 who consumed collagen from poultry sources daily saw a 40% improvement in joint comfort, a 33% reduction in stiffness, after just 12 weeks. And that's not from pills. That's from real, cooked food, like skin-on chicken thighs, wings, and necks. But here's the key. You have to cook the chicken skin the right way to preserve the collagen. Slow cooking, baking, or roasting, these methods keep the collagen intact. Deep frying, no good. It oxidizes the fats and triggers inflammation. Bone-in, skin-on cuts are the best combo. Shred them into salads, soups, or enjoy them warm off the bone. And don't be afraid of the texture. Your joints will thank you. Chicken skin gives your body targeted collagen support for the areas most seniors struggle with: knees, hips, and ankles. So next time you're cooking chicken, keep the skin on. Because that crispy or tender layer could be the reason you wake up tomorrow walking smoother, with less pain. And speaking of texture, the next food is all about texture and direct collagen delivery. It's called gelatin, and it's one of the most bioavailable sources of collagen you can eat. Now let's talk about gelatin. One of the fastest, most efficient ways to feed your joints the collagen they desperately need. Gelatin is basically cooked collagen. It's extracted from bones, skin, and connective tissue, then processed into a powder or sheets. When you consume gelatin, your body gets a direct supply of collagen peptides that go straight to your joints, tendons, and ligaments. And for seniors, especially if you have swelling in the legs, stiffness, or that burning sensation after walking, gelatin can make a noticeable difference. In a 2018 double-blind study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults with joint pain took gelatin for just 6 weeks. What happened? A 37% improvement in joint mobility. A 27% reduction in knee and ankle inflammation. And here's the impressive part. MRI scans showed early signs of cartilage thickening, something rarely seen in aging adults without surgery. Results started appearing within 2 weeks of consistent use. So how do you use gelatin effectively? Choose unflavored, grass-fed gelatin powder, no added sugar or artificial ingredients. Stir it into warm water, tea, or bone broth until fully dissolved. You can also make your own collagen-rich gummies with natural juice. Or simply add gelatin to soups and stews. It thickens the broth and adds a silky texture. The key is consistency. Just a small dose every day supports long-term joint health and helps reduce swelling. Plus, gelatin doesn't just help the joints. It strengthens the tendons and connective tissues that hold everything together in your legs and hips. So if your knees feel fragile, your ankles puff up, or you're tired of moving slowly, start adding gelatin to your day. And now, let's move to an underrated superfood. Sardines with skin and bones. They're tiny, but they pack a joint-healing punch. Now let's talk about sardines with skin and bones, one of the most collagen-dense superfoods you're probably ignoring. These tiny fish are a powerhouse for joint health, but only if you eat them whole, with the skin and bones included.
Why?
Because the bones are loaded with type 1 collagen, calcium, and phosphorus, all essential for keeping your joints strong and cushioned. The skin contains elastin and omega-3 fats, which work together to reduce joint inflammation, repair damaged connective tissue, improve elasticity in your joints and skin. A 2022 study in Nutrients observed that seniors who added just 3 servings of whole sardines per week experienced a 29% reduction in joint pain, a 25% drop in swelling around knees and ankles within just 8 weeks. And the benefits were most noticeable in people over 65, especially those showing early signs of arthritis. So how do you eat sardines right? Choose canned sardines in water or olive oil. Avoid soybean oil or heavy sauces. Make sure the skin and bones are intact. That's where the real benefits are. Mash them into avocado toast, stir into rice bowls, or toss into salads with lemon and herbs. If the taste is too strong, blend them with plain Greek yogurt and mustard for a creamy, milder spread. Sardines don't just fight inflammation. They help rebuild what time has worn down. Now, if you want an even stronger collagen source, there's one more food I need to mention. Bone broth, nature's liquid collagen therapy. And finally, the most powerful collagen source of them all, beef tendons. Let's talk about bone broth, because this is more than just comfort food. Bone broth is essentially collagen in liquid form. When you simmer bones for hours, you extract a gelatin, type 1 and type 2 collagen, a glycine, proline, and essential minerals. These nutrients directly target inflammation, joint stiffness, and the breakdown of connective tissue, especially in seniors. In a 2021 randomized study published in Clinical Interventions in Aging, seniors who drank 1 cup of bone broth daily for 12 weeks saw a 44% reduction in joint swelling, a 38% improvement in mobility and pain levels, and ultrasounds showed thicker cartilage in their knees. That's real, visible healing, not just temporary relief. To make it at home, use bones with plenty of connective tissue, chicken backs, turkey necks, beef knuckles. Add onion, garlic, apple cider vinegar, and herbs. Simmer for 12 to 24 hours. The vinegar helps pull the minerals out of the bones into the broth. If homemade is too much, buy refrigerated or frozen bone broth with no additives or preservatives. Drink it warm or use it as a base for soups, stews, or even cooking rice and vegetables. Bone broth doesn't just hydrate, it rebuilds. If your knees grind or your ankles balloon by evening, a daily cup can transform how your joints feel when you walk. But if you want to go even deeper, there's one last food that beats them all. Beef tendons. Tendons are almost pure collagen. They're the strongest, densest collagen source in nature. In a 2022 clinical trial published in the Journal of Functional Foods, participants over 60 who ate beef tendon stew 3 times a week experienced a 63% improvement in joint fluid density, a 41% reduction in knee stiffness, and better walking stability, all within 30 days. To prepare them, simmer beef tendons for 8 to 12 hours until they become soft and jelly-like. You can cook them with ginger, garlic, and rice vinegar for better flavor and digestion. Once tender, chop them into soups, stews, or noodle bowls. Tendons help restore the gliding surface in your knees, tighten connective tissues, and refill the cushion in your hips. For seniors struggling with pain climbing stairs, walking, or even standing too long, this is the most powerful food nature gives us. So, let's recap your collagen recovery plan. 1. Egg yolks, start your day with them, soft-cooked. 2. Pumpkin seeds, a small handful daily. 3. Bone-in canned salmon, eat the bones. 4. Chicken skin, keep it on, cook it right. 5. Gelatin, a small dose daily in tea or broth. 6. Sardines with skin and bones, 3 times a week. 7. Bone broth, 1 cup a day. 8. Beef tendons, slow-cooked, 2 to 3 times a week. Start adding these foods, and you'll feel it. Less swelling, less pain, smoother movement. No pills, no gimmicks, just real food that works. Start today, your joints will thank you. And if you want more real food tips that actually help you feel better after 60, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next video, and take care of those joints.